YouTube, what is it? How is everybody doing today? So, I released a paid album reaction for Therion, Beloved Antichrist, and I got an interesting DM today from Christofer Johnsson, or Christofer Johnsson, whichever way, I don't know. It depends how you pronounce his name, right? I think he's Swedish, if I do remember rightly. But he's a founding member, from what I can tell. Like just judging from what, not just me, people are saying, yeah, it's the legit person from the band. So, like, I'm all for bands liking, not liking what I do. It's a whole other thing to jump into my DMs and to talk shit. Like, if you want to talk to me, you want to, like, in this situation, in this circumstance, I would much prefer we have this in a public discussion. That way, you're not just hiding behind an Instagram DM thinking I'm not going to make a video, thinking I'm not going to respond to what you're saying. Like, yes, I could have responded to you directly into the DM, and I did partially. I didn't see the need to comment too much on what you were saying, because just from reading the first few lines of what you said, like, it didn't really, like, it very much just seems like the person's very hurt by the video for whatever reason. But still, we're going to go through it. Like, as you guys know, I'm a small-time reactor. I do reactions for fun. I find bands that I like, and people pay for me to do albums, and I don't care how many views they get, etc. They get uploaded because they're paid for. That's how my channel works. So, like, it doesn't really matter when you pay for something. It's going to be respected, and it's going to be uploaded, regardless of what I personally think about it. And just FYI, it was paid for knowing this album was going to be bad, knowing it was going to be one of the worst albums ever made. And yes, we will go into a few more things, but still, let us just jump into this. We'll read through it, we'll go point by point, and we're just going to go through it. Because I would have done it in DMs, but, like, trying to do it that way, trying to go point by point in DMs is kind of long, man. Anyways, let's go. Hey, I normally never comment to reviews or reactions, but I'm so astonished about your reaction to Beloved Antichrist that I simply have to make an exception. I only watched the first 5 and the final 5 minutes there. That shows that, like, just that alone tells me it's not worth, his opinion isn't worth anything on the video, because if you only watch the first 5 minutes and you only watch the last 5 minutes, it means that you didn't get any of the extra content or work or anything else that went into the video. Like, you didn't really see much of the lyrical breakdown. You didn't really see my thoughts on the music itself as it went through things I enjoyed and things I didn't. It means you're taking my initial impression and you're taking my final thoughts, and you're making a whole formulated opinion on things you think you know, which is a really bad way to form opinions, and a really bad way in general just to be as a human being, in my opinion. Like, if you're going to critique something, like critique it properly. Like, I did the same thing. I sat through fucking 3 hours or whatever it is of, like, Beloved Antichrist. Like, it's not a good album, like, that much I am going to say that, but still, let's keep going. Congratulations to the most stupid and worthless reaction video on YouTube that I'm aware of so far. All categories included some remarks. So yeah, yes, I agree, it's a worthless reaction video. I'm not going to lie to you. Like, it's like a video that was made because I was paid to upload and to react to it and to break it down lyrically, and you know what I mean. I was paid to spend 4.5 hours or whatever it is of my life to go through it. So either way, you spend half a day in making a 4.5 hour long reaction video. Basically, no one is interested in that. Like, yeah, obviously. I mean, long form content on YouTube is kind of dying, but it's not completely dead. I've had new followers, people who view me on Twitch from a lot of the album reactions that I've done. I spend time reacting to a whole bunch of things. The reason why the video's 4.5 hours long is because Beloved Antichrist is 3 hours long. Like, if your album wasn't 3 hours long, my reaction video would not be 4.5. Like, if it was, like, that's not a me thing, that's a you thing, you know what I mean? You're kind of, like, critiquing yourself on this whole point. It's not really worth it. So, I don't know what the fuck you're trying to say, but either way, even if it was about you reacting to the entire Beatles catalogue, so much work for so far 22 views or one like, and that has to be the worst bang for buck in the history of YouTube reactions. What were you thinking? I wasn't doing it for the views or the likes or whatever bullshit metric you want to measure it by. You may judge your life by fucking monetary value and likes and views and whatever the fuck you want to measure it by. I don't care. I make things because I enjoy the music, or I enjoy making things, or I'm paid to do the reaction in general. There's no other reason why or how or you know, like, either way that I would rather run my YouTube channel. I do it because I fucking love music, and I react to music that I enjoy, music that you may not enjoy. I don't give a fuck either way, man. It's my channel. It's what the fuck I do. Does that make sense? Like, I'm not angry. I'm just kind of I'm more taken aback by it than I am angry. Like, I'm just like, the point is making make no sense to me so far. Anyway. Number 2, so you made 200 normal types of reaction videos on various symphonic metal bands, and not one single one of them was previously on Therion. One may argue that is a bit odd, considering that Therion established and defined the genre, but fair enough. You may just not like the band, right? I'm totally cool with it. Your channel, your content, but in the light of your previous notable non-existent interest in the band, why on earth then pick the most odd and one of the least liked releases of the band to start with, and make a 4.5 hour totally useless, unwatchable waste of time that I am genuinely curious of how you are motivated, or motivating, or I guess it means motivated to go through it. So as I said, I was paid to do it. It's a reaction video. It was a Patreon request. They paid double the normal rate to get this video done because it's so long. So, like, my normal rate for a singular album reaction is about £40. They paid me 80 just to do this one album. And, like, so they basically combine 2 albums into one to get Therion done, which I think is a fair rate. Like, it's what does that even work out as? I haven't even done the math on it, man. So 80 divided by 4.5, man. What's that? Like £17 an hour. I can live with that. I can live with £17 an hour. Like, regardless of, like, anything else of, like, monetary value, it's, you know, I think £17 an hour for an album that is horrendous is totally fine. I think it's above minimum wage. I'm pretty fucking sure. So yeah, I'm fine with it. I made out good compared to a lot of the other reactions that I do on the channel, but like I said, I don't make reactions on the channel for monetary gain. I have the options to where you can pay to request on Twitch, and to where you can pay to have an album on Patreon and on the channel in general. But you know what I mean. So I was motivated by money. I was motivated by people who support me. And that is my motivation. It's nothing to do with Therion. It's nothing to do with the album itself. Like, if the album was good, guess what? I would have said the album is good. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, even you say yourself, it's one of the least liked albums by Therion, which we knew going into this anyway, at the very beginning. But to put note onto that, yes, there's no Therion reactions on the channel. That is true. That is because I had the misfortune of seeing Therion when they played one of the Bloodstocks in the UK, and it was fucking horrendous, man. We had to walk away from the show. It was like, no disrespect to anybody who enjoys Therion, but, like, with that one Bloodstock, when I was there and they were playing, it was fucking horrible, man. It was one of the worst shows I've ever seen. It was up there with, like, I don't know, some of the, like when I was falling asleep, like, while Opeth were live, it was just, like, it was, like, to that level. But thankfully it was a festival where we could go and see other bands and do other things. Either way. Number 3, all that work and you still missed the main point with this release. It is not an album, it is a soundtrack to a yet not staged rock musical. Just like you can buy Jesus Christ Superstar or Cats on CD, you can also buy this. It's written and recorded by Therion, and the idea was that Therion would perform it once in Mexico so it could be filmed and released on DVD. Sadly, COVID restrictions stopped it, and the other projects in the pipeline were given priority. That makes sense, but if you'd watched more than 5 minutes, we stated in the reaction itself that it's meant to be a play, it's meant to be a musical, it's meant to be like a live production, so that was stated in the reaction itself, which I already knew. I don't know why you think I don't know that I do. It was stated multiple times throughout the reaction that was a thing, we know this, but, like, just because it's meant to be seen visually doesn't mean that just because it's meant to be seen visually doesn't mean that you can make really boringly, similarly fucked up music and expect people to sit through a multiple hour play musical of it. Like, I think if you tried to charge to watch this, I think most people would walk out. I'm not going to lie to you. But yeah, the story is loosely based and inspired on a short novel by a famous Russian author. First of all, failing to acknowledge and mention that I mean, it's a reaction. It's a blind reaction. It's like, I'm not meant to know anything about what I'm reacting to. It's the fucking point of the genre. Like, come on, man, seriously. Am I am I like pulling teeth at this point? Like, how is this not known? Like, reactions are blind. They're meant to be unknown. You're not meant to know a single thing about them. It's not rocket science. Am I going like crazy? Damn, man. Either you spend half a day making a 4.5 hour long video but neglect to do the most basic research on the product you are reviewing. You could have just read the Wikipedia text or typed it into Google and spent 2 minutes. Yeah, I could, but that's not the point of reaction videos. It's a first impression. It's a initial look. It's a breakdown of my very first thoughts. That's the point of what I do. Like, if I spent time reviewing and watching and knowing everything about what I reacted to, it would take the fun out of it. It would take out the discovery and the exploration and finding amazing new things, because you would just over research everything and it would take the magic out of it. I think why I got into reactions and why a lot of people want to do reactions and why people love watching reactions is that initial wonder, that initial thing where you first see something or you first hear something, and it's something that you can enjoy, and you can see people really begin to see things click in their minds, and you can see it in their eyes and their expressions and, everything else to go for that thing. Anyway, let's go through the last little bits, man. So no one in their right mind would review any musical without, unfortunately, if you release a CD without then releasing a DVD and then move on to other projects, that classes as abandoned. So unless you, maybe you will release the DVD in a few years' time, potentially, but just because you didn't release it, DVD, CD, together as a thing, it's a standalone album. There's no DVD to go with it. There's no movie. There's no video of it being performed or acted out, or you know what I'm saying. I can't have I can 100% review something just for its music. I could do that for any musical. I could do that for Les Miserables. I could do that for Cats. I could do that for any musical. Anybody could react to a Cats or a Les Miserables song and judge it based off the merits of its vocals, and especially in terms like Les Miserables, it is a very good musical. Musically speaking, the music is amazing. So yes, you can. You shouldn't fully judge a musical by the things that by just the music, but you can use that as a form of critique. And because it doesn't exist, there's not much I can do. It's either this or nothing. And like I said, paid reaction, not much I can do. I go with what I have. If you didn't release it, that's kind of your own. That's kind of just down to you. Does that make sense? Either I went simple. I didn't want to cause grief. I saw this long ass comment and I was like, you know what? I don't really want to read it, or I don't really want to go through it. I'd rather critique it like this, if I was going to critique it, until I realised who the fuck sent the comment, or the DM, should I say. It was a paid album reaction. Can't believe you wasted your life typing this up. You should really get a life rather than type pointless bullshit to people, which I think is a fair comment, because this is a pointless bullshit. It's just we're just talking shit to each other for no reason if I just comment on this. And yeah, if you're wondering why am I making a video when I just said it's pointless just to comment on it, because like I said, it's just who it is. So, zero self-reflection, no self-criticism at all. When you are caught doing a bad job, especially if you were paid to do it, you should have put a bit of pride and effort into doing a good job. Well, I guess that determines your level of quality and explains why you are a typical 2K follower internet narcissist. Have a good remaining part of your life being a loser. You see what I mean about he's just kind of basing me into wanting to argue with him. I'm not going to argue with you. I'm not going to lie. That's not what I do. I don't give a singular fuck who you are. You could be the biggest band in the world. You could be my favourite singer in the world. You could be Adrian Cohen. You could be anybody. And I would not argue with you. I would make a video explaining my point and I would put it out there publicly, because in this situation, yes, I guess that you saw my reaction, you watched a few minutes of it, and you didn't like it. And your narcissistic bullshit decided to say, well, you know what, I'm going to send a DM to this person. And I don't see why. Why didn't you do that to PTB Empire? Or why didn't you do that to any of the other reactors who, PTB Empire didn't even get through the fucking reaction. He literally, walked out, 3/4 of the way. And he just let it play. Like, what about those people who literally disrespected the work even more than I did? Like, I at least, like, sat there straight for about for 4 and a bit hours, like, breaking it down lyrically and trying to make meaning out of it and trying to actually do something with the piece of work that was out there, but that's just my fucking thoughts. As for follow accounts, etc., 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 I don't give a fuck, man. It's like, I don't do this for that. I don't do what I do for followers or like gains or anything like that. I appreciate every single person who supports what I do and all the work that I do, but at the same time, like, I would do this regardless of monetary value. The one, like, things help, like, I mean, it goes to help pay my bills. So, like, when people do support me on Patreon or when they do give bits or whatever on Twitch, it's very appreciated, but it's not the end all be all. It's not my raison d'etre. It's not like, it doesn't mean, like, it's not like the reason why I do what I do. I do what I do because I love music and I love exactly what I do. I say, I'm not a narcissist. I accept that what I do isn't perfect. What I don't do is go into people's DMs and talk shit. Have a good life. Even the person who requested and paid for this album is laughing at what you were saying. Enjoy your own self-importance, I guess. That was my last one, then I blocked him because, like I said, I'm not going to argue, I don't care, it's that kind of a thing. But then I realised who it was. Like, Skull, or Troll of Streams, if you're in my Twitch streams, pointed out it was somebody linked to Therion. It was like one of the founding members of Therion, so I'm like, you know what? If a band is going to treat somebody like this in their DMs, they deserve to be publicly named and shamed. I'm not going to lie. Whether you agree, whether you don't agree, this is unacceptable behaviour for any person in the main music scene who's meant to be a professional music maker. Like, there are critics for everything. And just because you thought you could bully a 2K whatever the fuck reactor doesn't make that true, man. I don't give a fuck. If you've got a problem, come say it to my face and we'll have a whole different kind of day. Either way, enough with the, like, negative comments, man. And yeah, man, I hope you guys, I wouldn't say enjoyed, but I hope you guys understand my thoughts, my processes, everything else that go into running my random small YouTube reaction channel. Either way, have a wonderful day, everybody. Thank you so much for watching it, and I will see you guys in a much, much better video in the next one. See you guys later.